No, should pass by door.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. That's okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. You said minutes from last month, Linda, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, fine. Okay.
Is this the same as the telephone that you have?
Yes,
Okay, because I.
Yes.
Take notes.
yes. Okay, here we go. We're gonna continue.
Where we go?
Well, that's a good question.
Can I get the update on the auctions?
Okay, wait, hold on. Wait, let's go through here we go. How do you want to go through this again? I mean, just, should we review all the changes that we've had so far?
Sure.
Right? I sent an email to Rob Perry and I got some answers from the DPW side, but okay. So let's just go back. We'll start from the top, I guess, and just review what we're going to be changing so far.
When you say top is municipal parking permits,
No, we're at clerk's fee schedule.
what page is that? Yeah, that is, no, that's correct. The fee type, it's municipal parking. You know,
Oh, this one.
but we don't do it.
Yes, sorry, that's, yes.
So dogs,
We started with that.
We started with dogs. Okay, fine. I think we're okay with all of that. And the municipal parking permits are now $10 a day. That's a way, that's not us, that's someone else's change. Oh, hey, Logan, welcome in. How's it being?
Sorry,
Say again?
do you have it? Because I have it on my computer. No, I have it on my computer.
I just started writing on this. But
Here, here, Brian, thank you.
I have it. Okay, we just mentioned that in terms of the impoundment, there should be a additional penalty.
Yeah.
On impoundments. Do we make a dollar amount of
Yes,
penalty
we said,
on the side?
that was on the go to owner and ask CGA judge charges.
I can't hear it.
Yeah, Margaret, you gotta talk about it.
Sorry, County Green Main Society charges the city $75 per dog was redeemed within 24 hours and 305 thereof. So what we decided was that they need to pay whatever CGHS is charging.
Right. It says change number one. All right, but next, I think we also did for the marriage certificate license, we made a change to $50 from $10.
The note I have here is the staff by the
The
state.
fee is set by the state, right? Okay, got it. That's good. There was a question last time in terms of the difference between vendors versus hawkers. So she answered the question, we got an email this afternoon, just like what you did. But the difference is, wait for it. A vendor, if you have a residence fee versus non-residence fees based on this, vendors are food trucks, carts, sale of unused items. Whereas, or different, however, a peddler hawker license is someone who sells door to door. Like the vacuum cleaner. Encyclopedia salesperson. I don't think that happened to
How do you?
who sells door to door. No. And as in terms of pool hall licenses, they're unaware, and I don't think anyone has ever given out a pool hall license. So, I would say,
Just get rid of them?
that's the
I would
question.
get rid of that and I don't get rid of them.
Pool hall and hawkers deletion. Great.
Oh, and the other question we have were transient merchants. So, this is one where when Tracy was here, she said there had been no increase in the last 10 years.
I can't,
Sorry.
yeah,
This is when Tracy was still with us. She said there had been no increase in the last 10 years.
Right.
And when I talked to her actually about this and the hawkers, and she said that there's like, we have redundancy here because one thing was put in after the other, and then they didn't go back and clean up what was up.
Right, we're gonna
So
do
we just did it.
delete. Next, we have the event organizer license fee, single day event organizer, I think we had, we wanted to change it to $100 or $30. And then 3-day event license, organizer license fee, non-consecutive, so it'd be 75 a day. We're gonna leave it at 75 or we're gonna change it.
no, I think we should change that, to maybe
Yeah.
150.
Right, they don't fit to fine. Sorry. 3 days. Okay, now you're on, Margaret, auction. Talk to us
Okay.
about auction.
Yeah, so I contacted both of the auction houses. We have 2 in town,
Mhm.
Stair and Public Sale. And what's in here was put in the 70s before we had any auction houses. And it was put in primarily because apparently there was some event where there was an on-the-spot kind of pop-up auction and there was something went wrong, etc. So they put in this that requiring people to register to have a permit, and they have to show that they were bonded and so forth. So that's where that's coming from. The issue for the auction houses with this is not really about the fee, it's about the bureaucracy and the paperwork involved. So what they have to do, once a year, they have to fill out a form, which is fine, they have to show that they're bonded, and it's a $100 fee. But then for every day that they are having an auction, they have to pay a $25 fee, and then they also have to file with the city a complete list of everything that is in the auction. And so it's a huge paperwork nightmare, frankly. And it doesn't do anything because
What is the reason why?
well, it doesn't, it's a holdover from the 70s before we had these auction houses. And so what I recommend is that we change the annual thing to, yes, they have to get a permit once a year and they have to show that they're bonded, increase that to $200.
That needs to be increased.
Increase that to $200, and then we can change the code so that it is for an established auction house that does business at a fixed location year round. There's no requirement for the daily permit and submission of everything that they're auctioning. Because the main hassle for them is
Would you know how many, like, let's just say Stairs, how many auctions they have?
they do
in a year?
approximately up to 40 per year. But his problem is that he has 2 or 3 day auctions.
Mhm.
Public Sale told me they do 10, but some of them are multiple day.
Mhm.
So for every day that they are doing this, they have to submit the fee, and mostly it's the paperwork. But they have to list everything that's in the auction.
They're doing it currently?
Yes,
I just think that, listen, if they do, let's just say 25 times 4 will be 1,040. So, and if we're having 200, that's less for the city. I think maybe we need to add.
so here's the other thing I want to put to you. And remember that this whole thing came up from the 70s, from some
Yeah.
fly-by-night. The auction houses are selling goods, and they're doing it via it, and they are paying sales tax. Conceptually, why should they have to pay to do business if a retail store just has to pay a sales tax? I get that they should have an annual permit, they should show that they're bonded and that they're licensed. Yes, all of that I get, but I don't see why, in addition to paying sales tax, honestly, they shouldn't be paying anything for every time they make a sale. But they pay sales tax.
I don't know why it was put to begin with, but
Because there was an auctioneer came into town and people got scammed. And so they put this in, that's why there's all this language about permitting, being bonded, and the bond amount is only $500. So it's like, that doesn't mean anything to the taxpayers. I just, logically, it doesn't make sense to me. Just because you sell by telling people to bid versus saying this is gonna cost you $50, why should you have to pay? Just to do business.
I know, just thinking the difference between what it would have been from last year, if we go to 200, in a way, the city is using 800. So, maybe we should, I don't know.
Do an annual fee of 500?
Yeah, I would love that.
Okay, are we okay with 500?
Yeah, I mean, but it's a good point. It's like, why are we charging auction houses with fees?
Because I don't know what other cities do. Maybe we want to wait and
I
check.
think I called Copake as well. The only other auction house around here is.
That's not the city.
No, you know, but the only other one I'm aware of in this area is Copake. And I reached out to them, but I didn't get an answer. So I wanted to know Copake, but I.
Well, we can wait a little bit. I mean, I want to compete, I want to go and compare
Well,
the
Kingston
Hudson to us.
Kingston has an
Kingston.
auction license of $125.
Per year, end of story, right? Yeah, I mean, to me, that sounds.
Rich, what are you saying?
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand where all the extra paperwork comes in, like, right?
For every single day that they have an auction, they have to send the physical copy.
No, I think that is reasonable to go up with this, but I mean, with the fee now, would it be, shall we do it 200 or 500 or like 300? You guys tell me.
What is it currently? What?
It's 100. It hasn't gone up in years, make it 250. Because they would be perfectly happy not to have to deal with all this paperwork.
Fine,
Because the thing that was most cumbersome for them was actually the paper.
yeah, I
Mm.
can imagine so.
Yeah.
So it's, we'll bring it to, from 100 to 250,
Mhm.
and we'll eliminate the paperwork.
And we eliminate all of this every single second. Just once a year, you get your permit, you show that you're bonded, you pay your fee when you.
So we have to, what, write a resolution to that,
Yes.
to change it all.
We probably should keep in place, I'm talking about the code, we should probably keep in place the code that is there so that we have that protection in case there is a situation where something like some pop-up situation where somebody comes in, that they would indeed have to pay a daily fee. And we might actually increase that, because right now it's just $25. So if somebody wants to come in as a pop-up and do an auction, you know, just a one-time thing, they would have to, kind of like a mass gathering type permit situation, they would have to pay a fee. And at the moment that per day is 25, we could increase that to 100. But I keep in place that they have to show that they're bounded and get a permit.
Okay, so do you want to pull the code?
Yeah, I'll work on the code and I'll put language in that says, you know, for, you know, resident auction houses that do business at a fixed location within the city of Boston. This is the reason.
Fine, if you can make changes to the code, bring it to the next meeting.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Let me make that note.
Yeah.
And find out.
So great. We went from,
Upstairs. I'm gonna say.
the changes are, we went from 100 to 250. Eliminate the paperwork
The day, and the daily $25.
and the daily fee.
All that's
Fine. And we're not charging the pool balls. Pawnbroker,
I tried to reach out to my pawnbroker, but I didn't answer my phone.
that's PAWN. You sure you reached the right person, Longer? Pawnbroker, so we still gonna keep the pawnbroker?
Slow.
We don't have a pawn, I mean,
I don't think we have it.
we don't have any. I don't know of any. Anyone know of any pawnbrokers? Lloyd, do you know of any pawnbrokers?
No, I don't, but I think I'm going into business.
All right, good to know. Well, then maybe we'll keep the fee in there.
Maybe I raise,
You're gonna go into business, maybe we'll keep that fee in there.
get in.
All right, let's just take this out too.
The going out of business thing makes no sense.
I don't know, yeah, I'm with you on that. So,
Again, you know, you're selling things, what's the, why should you pay for that?
going
And
on.
also, if you're going out of business, why would you have a renewal?
What are you gonna do? You're gonna? try
Yeah,
to collect the
exactly.
fees?
No, No, I think that's,
I think
Take
we
that
can
out.
eliminate that.
Yeah.
I mean, going out of business is sad enough, why we?
And what happens if they don't pay the fee? We're gonna try to chase after them, they're already out of business. Fine, so those two will delete.
Yeah.
Amusement center, I don't see how we charge, per machine,
That's crazy.
right?
Like if they used to have a lot of, rides for the kids, like, Flag Day, but they didn't have like bouncy houses down there this year.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's
I was told like maybe in the future, maybe coming back, like more like rides, stuff like that, but $50 per machine.
I think that's a lot, and we're very happy to have, vendors and vendors, really.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that we go,
Um,
yeah, I mean, I don't think we get that detailed with Flag Day or any of these events.
So what if we eliminate the amusement center implies that it's a fixed place, right? We have a separate line for carnivals, places of amusement, so that would be like rides, stuff that's going on. We keep that one in, we eliminate the amusement.
Fine, we can just say. So it would be like a carnival, what, per day, $100 a day. Places with amusement,
That's a lot,
what,
that's a lot.
$100? We eliminate it?
This is
No, I
one thing
think
for
for-
what, for, what
For
would,
carnivals.
for like a carnival setting, like people can. A vendor would come and set up, you're saying $100.
That's what we have in this.
I think for the event, I mean, if it's a multi-day event, fine, but I would just do it for the event. Because they're also gonna have to pay for a mass gathering.
We could just say on the mass gathering permit, is it a carnival or not, but I don't know, like, should we even charge them at all?
That's, I'm like.
I mean, I don't think we can charge them these people, so,
I mean, it's really not, that we want to look at the mass gathering permit fee, look at that. But,
Yeah, that's. The old.
yeah, I mean. All right. We could just take it out, I said we just take it out, at least for seven carnival, because how do we enforce it? I don't think we're enforcing it.
Are we getting rid of the pool hall?
Hold on, no,
That's
yeah, we're getting rid of pool halls, Jim. $25 a year, I mean, it's gonna cost us more to enforce these. Transient merchants,
We're
once
getting
again,
rid of those, because that's the
Getting rid of
one that was like. Offers.
offers. Fine,
Now, the copies fee, is that for copies made in-house?
I'm assuming,
What did you say? I couldn't hear. Sorry.
It's
Whatever,
copies.
it's a fee set by state, so.
yeah,
Says by state.
so,
So 25 cents, I think we should check that, because 25 cents is way below what it costs to get copies made over. Yes,
that's what it costs in Staples.
25 cents?
Plus,
Library.
Okay.
it says fee set by state, so I don't think we can do
Okay.
that. Yeah, I think it's like 12 cents a copy of Staples. Mass gathering permit, okay, we had said $100, nonprofit exempt. Last time we said, move this up to 150, everyone's okay with that?
Mass gathering would be 150.
Yeah,
And we should clarify whether that's per day or not. I think 150 per day.
okay, that makes sense.
Well, do we have gatherings in the city that's more than
Say
one
again?
day? Do we have gatherings in the city that take more than 1 day? We don't.
Well, I mean, I could see something where you have a festival going on for 2 or 3 days over a weekend.
Yeah, I know, but we're just on right now.
At the moment, I don't know.
What would be like a protest, would that be considered a mass gathering?
It's over 50 people.
Oh, 50.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, but bear in mind, gatherings, nonprofit is exempt. So if you're having a bit of a gathering or whatever, you're not going to be paying any.
Yeah.
The second, right, there's a food festival down by the water, that's a mass gathering.
Okay.
That would be 150, I think I did it for 1 or 2 days, maybe.
Well, they have something down there every Saturday, right? And then something down there.
That's, are you talking about the market?
Yeah, that.
I think that's on Wednesdays.
That's so,
No,
it was
that's
waterfront
It's gonna be
Wednesday.
starting on Saturday or something, I thought vendors, I don't know, I heard that. That there's gonna be some vendors on there on Saturdays.
Oh, really?
I didn't hear about
The Waterfront Wednesday, I would assume it's a mass gathering, it's every Wednesday, at $150 for, it's a nonprofit, so
Mhm.
Yeah.
A lot of these things are.
the nonprofit.
Mhm.
Okay,
But the charge would be, you said 150.
Yeah, so like the food festival thing would be,
That was charged.
That would be-
In Oktoberfest is another one.
It was 200 down in here, so that was a decrease in it. Said 200 increase made at the budget meeting in 2024
for mass.
mass gathering, so it's 200 nonprofit exempt for food gatherings.
Wait, 200 or 100?
Where are you seeing that?
I guess.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, it says increase made at budget meeting in November 2000.
Oh, and that's an update. Okay.
So it's already updated, right?
Okay,
That
so
should be good, right?
leave it alone.
Mhm.
I have down also fireworks. Permit. Which I don't think I think that's new.
It's not here.
It's not there, but I have written down a fireworks permit. Which other cities do have? You want to do a fireworks permit or
I
no?
think so. We don't have them that often. We have them,
Kingston does $200. I mean, we only have like 1 or 2.
we just have winter wall. Should be fun.
Do we do a fireworks permit?
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah.
There may be some requirements already with the police department or the fire department for that.
I would imagine.
I'm sure that fire department.
Fire department has to be involved.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it affects the city's insurance or I don't know. If it's fireworks.
Yeah.
Probably, I would imagine. All right, and the film still photography permit, that's all new,
We're gonna need that.
leave it alone. Great. Move on. Treasurer's office fees, schedule administrative fees, 150, fine. Lodging tax registration fee. I think that's all 2020. Fairly new. Next, Department of Public Works. I just sent all of you a Rob's response to the department. Hold on.
Yeah.
So,
Sidewalk permit is $25.
okay, so number one, sidewalk permit, $25. This used to be 0, it means insured, like.
What is the sidewalk from?
What is a
To
sidewalk?
fix your sidewalk, right?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I think that's what it is.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Because
So-
I had it.
Yes, no, you're correct. If I'm getting work done on my.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to pay. for
It just, the city didn't, I would have been it. That's
it.
why.
I've done 2 fixes in
Yeah,
15 years. I didn't know about this and I didn't.
Good, they'll charge you them.
We're gonna make a list of people who haven't paid for the permits.
I know, imagine.
Publish it in the register.
No, I know that because I did pay that sidewalk permit.
Okay.
I mean, Rob didn't have any real comments to change any of the current fees.
Okay.
Wait, what is this, refuse caller? What is the refuse caller? What's this called?
It's one of those big bins.
And what is it when when you do kind of demolition and stuff, okay, that needs to be more. It's 1,000 now?
Yeah, but this is the strange thing, this is 1,000 per year. I don't see how anybody would ever have a refuse hauler.
For a year.
Um,
From what the police department had told me is that it's a very small amount. It wasn't this $1,000. It was a lot less. It was almost like $25 a day. So I feel we need to look more into it.
Yeah, 1,000 a year is
But
pretty,
that is not the quote they gave me.
okay, so what should refuse hauler be?
Well, I think we need to check to make sure we're talking about the same thing.
I mean, a yearly rate seems weird. I would go with like maybe a weekly rate.
Yeah, they're gonna have to.
Well, if you think about it, I mean, there's some construction we're doing, it takes a year.
Yeah, but that means you're
So,
taking
right, but
up parking.
right, but we could put in a fee that was a weekly fee. And then if it's a longer job, a 3-month fee.
Right,
And really having something there for years.
yeah. Right,
Yeah,
So
I
for
think-
example, the work that was being done, I think at the pocketbook factory, they actually entered into an agreement with the city for a 1-year period to use the parking space beside the firehouse. So we actually, it's going to be a longer time. And so therefore we had a contract with them to lease space in their parking lot.
So this is the thing. There are certain areas that we are losing more money by having this big, refusal, what is it called? Split, yeah.
right.
Like, for example, the hotel on Fourth Street
Yes.
that is getting built, if that takes 2 years, we're losing money, more than 1,000 a year. And then other areas where but there's inconvenience overall, though, even if you don't lose money, like the residents around that area, the parking factory, they can't park. I think we need to discourage long queues, so if we want developers to finish as fast as possible.
I'm okay with like 50 or 100 bucks a week.
Yeah.
I mean, I think 50 bucks a week is perfectly fine. But
$50 a week, that's
or
nothing.
100 bucks a week, then fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then if it's gonna be some kind of long-term thing, they need to come to us and they need to discuss having a permit, like they did with the pocketbook factory, and I think we charged them $12,000 for the year. I don't recall, but is that right?
That is for a parking area, that is a separate space. It's right by Galvin's parking lot, which
Yes,
there's
it's
a
near-
land
yeah.
that we're renting it to the pocketbook, and that's 12,500.
Yes.
But I think the area where they're working, it's not only doesn't look good, it's inconvenient. We lose money if there is parking. So the $1,000 a year, it's, I think we should go 150 a week and keep going up.
A little bit more.
Yeah.
Check where to step on this.
all right, so
Then, right, okay.
150 a week.
Yes.
I mean, if you're having all this construction work done, I think $150. Oh,
It's nothing. No,
Right.
it's,
okay, fine, 150 a week to have a hauler. Okay, great. Next, what else we got? Water withdrawal, like I said, Rob didn't have anything to add, anything else to add to the other ones. How are they selling these? And
so,
then all the others were changed recently, except for the, road opening street permit, all of this was changed in 2020, I guess except for the first one. But do you see any changes in this?
So I think I need to relate we'd have to go back to them and discuss your thing.
Well, also, it's all been updated, the youth department's all been updated in 2022 and 2023, so, all right, Mark, is that yours?
Yeah, I don't mind this, this noise.
All right, so, let's do this, this is what I'll do so far, is I will type up everything that we have so far, and make those amendments.
Okay,
I-
before, wait a minute.
I'm gonna send,
Before you do that, we did discuss it coming. So we're changing the moment, I'm sorry about this. At the moment, because there is no possibility for somebody to become a resident farmer.
Right.
We agreed that we would have, a per job $50 fee for
Right.
plumbing. And that way, if somebody wants to make a choice, even if it's just a $200 job, and they have feel friendly, then they can do it $250, and that's fine.
but that's gonna be a resolution as well.
Yes, sir. I believe it will be because it's in the code.
It's in the code,
It's in the code, so we are going to have to do.
all right, so, all right,
And then that way, when the plumbing board comes back, charging nothing means that the resident farmers are going to stop registering. They pay $200 a year to maintain their resident status. So we need to have something in there, but we also need to encourage the mayor's office to establish a plumbing.
okay, so what we'll do is we'll look at the current code that's there for
Yep.
plumbing, and we'll pull that out, we'll email it around, we'll discuss it then for next, next month, okay. Anything else, any other questions? Yeah, everyone's good, okay, so I'll type this up, I'll send it out, and we'll just. All right, anything else? Seth?
No.
Thank you, thank you.